So today we're going to talk about 6 human needs and also talk about how we can use 6 human needs to create our offers for our services or for our pricing or for our products. Anything that we do comes from at least one or probably two of our needs. We all have 6 emotional needs, 6 needs that there are in different levels, but they're all of them in all of us. And this is a powerful tool to use in order to change your habits, in order to change other people's habits and impact and influence them mostly, right? So pay attention, even if you've heard this like 100 times. I think I've created like 3 or 4 videos about this, and still I can talk about 6 human needs for 1 year. Like seriously, like there are so many aspects in 6 human needs that you can dive really deep into to find out what you can solve. So what are they? The first human need is certainty, the need for certainty. We want to be sure about some stuff. So it depends where we are in our life, how much more certainty we want. It depends on that. So we want, know that we want to know that we have food, we have shelter, we have our first needs met. We have some type of certainty. The amount of certainty or the amount of all of these needs are different in different people. So after we finish everything, we come back to it and then compare them as well. So the first need is for the need for certainty. For example, in my example, when I have a lot of uncertainty in my life, like having construction, changing the whole, like I don't have my office anymore, our house is changing, like everything is changing. I travel a lot. I need more certainty. What do? I have same clothes that I have. I'm like, I'm not gonna even think, I'm gonna wear this. I have this space. I'm not gonna change anything. I'm not gonna even move my bookcases, bookshelves here to have a better background. I'm like, I just want to be certain. I want to have meetings at the same exact time, same exact date. I want to know what topics I'm gonna talk about. So I actually have 12 weeks already written down. Like I know what I'm going to talk about, because I don't have time to come back like on a Tuesday, be like, oh my god, what I'm going to talk about tomorrow, right? I need this certainty, so I created 12 weeks before announcing the event. So when you joined, I already knew the next 12 weeks, right? Because I needed certainty. So in our life, we have this need for certainty. But just because God has a sense of humor, we also have the need for uncertainty, which is the exact opposite of certainty. Because if we had certainty in everything, probably we would be bored. Nothing would matter anymore. Everything is the same every day. I do the same thing, get the same results. Everything just gets super boring. Getting up at the same time, doing the same thing, getting same results, going back to bed at the same time. It would be super boring. Uncertainty is our second need, or the need for variety. That's why sometimes when we have too much certainty in our life, we start moving the furniture around. That's the easiest way to get uncertainty. Or sometimes, we want to, let's say we like to cook, we add stuff, we do different things, or we create things different ways to bring uncertainty to the certain thing that we know we're good at, right? Or you play a song, you may add a new thing to it just to see how it feels like. That's the need for uncertainty you're bringing in. So since these two are exactly opposite needs, they have so much power to control us, control the results we're getting, control the things we're doing. So you have to pay attention to these two, looking very simple needs, but like you have to pay attention to these two needs very, very well. So when you see in your life that just right now, think about your life. What's happening around you? Do you have more certainty or more uncertainty? In my life, I just explained that how much uncertainty I have. This is just beyond, like, and I didn't mention everything. Like, I have so much uncertainty. So if I don't pay attention to my needs, I'm gonna just feel like nervous, or I feel something that I don't know what it is, but I just feel like, oh, like I just want to say no to everything. But if I'm aware of it, I understand this is the need for uncertainty. My uncertainty went too high, higher than what I normally have as a good point that I feel comfortable. So now I'm craving so much certainty. I'm craving more certainty. So if I want to feel better, I have to intentionally bring certainty to my life. How can I do that? Oh, so many different ways. By choosing, not changing my clothes, like, oh, what should I wear today? Just have some like options and stick to them. It's okay if you're, wearing the same thing repetitively. I'm going to the gym. I'm not going to think about, oh, today, should I match this with that? Whatever, like just wear it. Like you don't need more drama or more. That feels like drama. It's not drama, it's just uncertainty. You don't need more uncertainty in your life. You normally, if you don't pay attention to it, you're going to say no to so many things, and that can cost you so much, because you might have a good opportunity right in front of you. Somebody might offer you something really good, but because you have so many other things that are happening around you, you would say no to that. You don't want that no to be on autopilot. You want that no to be intentional. If you want to say no, it's okay. But you don't want to say no on autopilot. You don't want to say no just because you don't want more things. It feels like, this happens a lot, and you might have seen it with your clients as well. Like I talked to someone yesterday, or no, the day before. This doctor has a lot of things happening in his business, a lot of things. And when I talked to him, I saw this pattern of him just adding more uncertainty, uncertainty, uncertainty. And I'm like, okay. And I see that he's absolutely craving certainty. So if I come to him and I say, I'll do this and that, and then add more stuff, he's going to say no for sure, because that's not what he needs. He wants certainty. If I want to sell to that person, if it's true in the services I provide, I have to say, this is what we're going to take care of. This is what we're going to take care of. You don't need to be worried about this. You don't need to be thinking about this. We'll take over this, right? Because then what am I doing? I'm giving him more certainty, right? So you have to pay attention with the game of certainty and uncertainty, and the balance of it, and how in anybody's life that imbalance can change their behavior and your behavior. And just make sure, if you have more certainty in your life, you're not saying yes to things that you didn't want. Or if you have more uncertainty in your life, you're not saying no to things that you really wanted. Make sure your yes or no is absolutely intentional. The third need is need for significance. We all want our life to matter. We want us to matter. In order to do that, and for some people it's like lower, for some people it's higher. Some people say, no, I don't want to be, I don't want to be significant. No, it's not that. You just don't want to be, uh, under the spotlight. You want to matter, but you don't want to matter that much that you're actually being seen and under a spotlight, because you're maybe afraid of something else underneath it, right? So we all have the need for significance. And all of the needs will have positive ways of fulfilling the need, and also negative ways of fulfilling the need. And then in the need for significance, this is a little bit harsher, because significance can come from good ways, positive ways, like helping others, being there for others, charity, so many different ways of adding more value. But also can come from harsher ways, like yelling at people, screaming at people, being like rude to people, like pretending to like being somebody that you're not. Like all of those are the negative ways of getting your need for significance fulfilled. Or if you see people, if you've had interactions with people who are just mean, there is a huge chance that one of their needs is significance. And they learn that if I'm mean to people, they pay attention to me. And attention means I'm important, I'm worthy of being listened to, right? So this is how they do it. So you have to be careful so that you don't fulfill their needs in the way that they need it, right? So if you have someone who's like yelling at you to have you get things done, don't get them done when he yells or she yells at you. Like, don't get them done, because if you're doing it, you're actually proving to them that yes, it works. Continue. And the fourth need is love or connection. All of us have the need to be loved or love others, not or, and love others. We love to love and we love to be loved, or at least connected to people. Again, this one also has positive and negative ways of getting it. Sometimes, and this is so interesting because Tony asked me this question. Sometimes we learn that we need to be wounded to be loved. I'm getting goosebumps talking about it because in my intervention with Tony at Business Mastery, Tony asked me this question: why do you think you should be wounded to be loved? Or why do you think your wounded version of you is more authentic than the empowered you? And this is just mind blowing. I just recently, because I promised you guys, I created this video and I'm going to post it on YouTube soon so that you see the whole intervention and what happened and what I think about it now, because I watched it like several times. Every time I listen, I'm like, when did he say that? Like, I totally missed something, apparently. I have no idea how this happens. I'm like all in and I still miss stuff. So think about it. What does it mean for you to be loved? What does it need to happen for you to feel love? And what do you do to show your love to others? Because all of us have that need. So some people feel like if I yell at someone, they yell back at me, so I'm connected. Maybe I'm not getting love, but I be satisfied enough by just feeling connected to somebody else. So that's a cry for help, actually. A lot of the people who are angry, they're actually just craving love. They want to be loved and they don't know how to get it, because maybe when they were kids, maybe when they started yelling, screaming, they got somebody's attention at least. Maybe they didn't get a hug or something, but maybe they yelled back at them and that felt like communication. So now their anger is the way for them to feel loved or connected. So next time somebody is like that to you, just have some compassion for them and make sure you don't respond back like that. Maybe you can respond in another way. But also, instead of thinking about others, maybe it would be a good time to think about ourselves. How do I show my love to myself? How do I show my love to others? How do I receive love? How do I feel loved? And is this the way I want to be loved? Is this the way I want to show love? Or do I want something different? Do I want to make some changes? The last two needs are our spiritual needs, which is growth and contribution. Growth is the need that we all have to want to be a better version of ourselves, to become a better version of ourselves, to learn something new, to grow, because we are here, and this is from spiritual needs, right? So it's even more beautiful because it's like when we grow, we probably also want to contribute more and we have more to give. Contribution is the need that we have, that we want to give more to other people, to our loved ones, to people. It can be our close circle or bigger circle. It depends on where we are on our contribution need. But these two needs, growth and contribution, are super beautiful, our spiritual needs that gives us so much fulfillment if we work on them. Think about it now and rate yourself. Find your top three needs between these needs. And you don't need to find the, oh, I think growth and contribution are the best, so I'm going to choose those two as my first needs. This is for you. So be honest with you, and it's totally fine to have any of the needs as your first need and second need, and find the third one as well, and see how they might be in conflict with each other, how they might be stopping you from achieving some stuff, how they might be actually helping you to achieve some stuff. Let's say you're looking for a job. Instead of like every day feeling like I have to find a job today, give yourself a longer period, but do your work every day. Do the things that you need to do every day, but just give yourself a longer time so that it gives you some certainty. Maybe calculating how much you have to go pass through this time period that, for example, you're looking for a job. That might give you certainty. You have to find ways to give yourself more certainty when your life has a lot of uncertainty. Just very, very, very quickly. First, think about your clients. Think about your potential clients, clients that you're working to get, okay? The ones that you really want. What are they looking for? What's their top need? What need are you focusing? Let's go with the first one, certainty. So if you are working on getting clients who are looking for certainty, you're gonna probably get clients who are not willing to pay you so much money. You're gonna have a very hard time getting paid. You're gonna have very hard time having high ticket offer, because if somebody's top need is certainty when they're coming to you, there is a huge chance that they're not gonna spend so much money. I know I'm like generalizing, but like I'm just saying, like this is more common. Obviously, if you're a good salesperson, if you can create so much certainty in them, you can sell them at any price. But you're gonna have a harder time selling high ticket offers if you're focused on certainty. And adding to that, you said certainty of saving or making more money. Think about saving. If somebody is trying to be certain that I'm going to save money, how can they put money on themselves and pay you money to help them? They feel like, oh, maybe I can just hold on to this money that I was about to pay him, and I'm certain that I'm not losing, right? Because if you're focused on somebody whose needs is certainty, you're gonna have a very, very hard time selling. You can sell, and I'm happy to talk about that. You guys tell me what you like to talk about, then I will plan the next 12 weeks after that as well, so it would be fantastic. So second one is significance in the chat. So significance, this is fantastic opportunity to sell high tickets, because people who are looking for significance, they want to be like, oh yeah, not everybody can afford what I'm buying, so I'm gonna buy, right? They're gonna pay more, even though you might be able to give them the same offer, same value at a lower price, because everybody else can get it, they're not going to get it. That's why if you have a workshop, if you have a webinar, if you have any events, you have to have VIP section. You have to have a higher price section for sure, because there are some people that for no reason they'll just buy that. Okay, so just this point that I told you is gonna make you more money. Just this. If you can create your offer around more significance, people who are like loving and all of that, there is a chance that they don't have money. So it's harder for them to pay. They love to pay you, but they just don't have it, right? So you have to be careful if it's your business. So I love helping people. I get so much juice, so much energy by helping people. So I don't sell this part. I offer it for free because you see what I'm doing right now, right? Because it just gives me so much energy. I'm gonna go record like 12 episodes of my podcast because I'm just so like have so much energy, right? Instead, I sell my premium products, like my services, the services we sell. And our services are not cheap, right? And it's okay. If somebody can't afford it, it's not like I don't care about it. I actually do care a lot about everybody, especially people who can't afford it, because one day I couldn't afford like the $6.95 that I paid for my first general ticket to my first personal development event, which was UPW 9 years ago. That was a lot of money that I felt like if I don't walk on fire, I'm wasting money. This is how crazy I was. I was like, I have to walk on fire because like we paid so much money, so I have to go. This is like that, like I was there, right? So if I was there, and now thank God, like for everything we haven't built, like ourselves, me and my husband, I absolutely care about anybody who's doing their best to afford that thing. Like I love those people, love those people. So for those, I have my Instagram, I have my YouTube, I have this Peak Estate Society, I have my Cafe Society, which is very cheap, but it just has a price just because I offered it for free for a lot of people. And then a lot of them didn't show up and it bothered me so much. So I put a small, very small price on it just to make sure everybody who comes feels like they're paying for it, right? So it's not my money making machine or anything like that. I have my podcast. I have so many things that I do for free. That's from my love, my need for contribution, right? My need for growth comes from going to so many different places to learn. But my offers, I'm selling significance. I'm selling luxury. I'm selling to people who are making at least like 7 figures and up, like I'm selling there, or people who want to and know that they're gonna be in 7 figures, right? Like, but people who are making less, I do love them so much. Of course, it doesn't mean that I don't love, I love them so, so, so much. But like I'm making my money there, I'm giving my love here, right? So you choose as well. You don't need to be like, oh, so I'm a bad person if I don't want to sell to people who are not, who don't have money. No. Do, if you're passionate about something, maybe do that for free or cheap, but like have higher priced offers so that you can make money to sustain your love as well.
So, guys, when you want to buy something, regardless of like your ideal client or what their dominant needs are, what happens when you want to pay money? What needs gets higher? What needs kind of like, takes the front seat? Can you tell me what is the need that when you want to pay money or when you're closing somebody basically arises? What is that need? Uncertainty. Ding, ding, ding. Yes, Hedy, true. When you want to buy something, when you're spending money, the need of uncertainty rises. And that is the same thing that happens when you're selling something to somebody because our human brain kind of thinks like, I have survived thus far by not having this thing in my life and nobody has died and I'm here. So let my very the lizard part of the brain kind of takes over and say, okay, we don't need it, we've survived this far, and then you gotta kind of work through it and then get past this uncertainty. So even when you really want something, when you've emotionally there to buy something and then you've like gotten past all the logical steps of buying the thing, then there is this uncertainty that goes like, do I want to buy the thing, do I don't know want to buy the thing? And because we build funnels for our clients, we've seen it time and time and time again. And I'm just going to talk about items that we actually built in our funnels. And I recommended that you do it too. So it actually addresses that needs of uncertainty. So one of the things that addresses the need of uncertainty is money back guarantees. So for example, if you have a trial for 30 days, trial for 7 days, if you're not happy with this program, you can ask for your money back, no questions asked. Far less people that you think of actually go through the process, but that makes it like a zero risk bias. A lot of people actually go through with buying the thing. So that is one of the things that we do. I'm going to go quick. The other thing is testimonials. Lots of testimonials there that, okay, another person with the same persona as your ideal client, a mom, something, they did it and they were happy about it. So cool, fantastic, I'm doing that. Another thing that also handles a lot of objections are FAQs. Based on the work that you have done, you've accumulated the questions, the frequently asked questions that people ask off you. And just have them and have like quick answer. It doesn't need to be like a huge paragraph, but it needs to be something short and sweet. Hey, other programs haven't worked for me. Will this one? Then write a short answer. These are the main ones that answer the needs of uncertainty, which remains the highest, most peaking need when you're closing people. And I think we don't have more time, so I was gonna just